Hello everybody, welcome to MrRedClaw. Welcome back. I am back. It has been many months. I did say I was only going to be gone for 2 or something. It has been over 10 now. But I've just been wanting to record the entire time. But I kept putting it off and off. But I just sat down now and said, nope, I had a good game. I'm just going to record it, put it out, and then just start recording once again. Here we are playing World of Tanks. This is a replay from a couple weeks ago, maybe you could say, and I am playing in the tier 10 super heavy, the mouse. I got this as the kind of like the free tech tree that we got for Christmas, which I just wanted to pick because very good tank, first of all, very fun to play. And the Taschenratte at tier 11 is absolutely amazing, and yeah, going towards doing that as well. It's probably like the best tier 11 in the game, if not even like one of the best, definitely, along with the KR1, which I'm really like 100k away from getting, which is very nice as well. Now I am playing with my friend in the test sack over there, who was spotting the middle over there, whilst we are going to the bridge. Now I thought, well, this tank is quite slow, even with a, I think the best turbo you can go on it. I think we're going 24 instead of 23, and if I upgrade it for 3 million, I could go an extra kilometer faster. So I'm not gonna, make my way over there because it's gonna take just ages, and by the time I get there, I'm gonna probably get shot from the middle whilst crossing over here. So I just thought, let's just go bridge. I never go over here in any tank, so I just thought, mouse. I'm pretty sure this was one of the first games that I actually played in this tank. Definitely the first 10, if not even the first 5. So I am going to be gold spamming a little bit, or if not even pretty much just gold spam, because, well, tier 10, even tier 11, but I'm not going to see any tier 11s, I'm pretty sure. But tier 10, I just thought, why not? Let's just go for it and just see how much damage we can do in this tank. Now, of course, we are on Mountain Pass, and with the new random events, the bridge does collapse. I'm not really sure if you can cross it, actually. Maybe up here, but I'm not really sure if you can cross it from our side. I actually haven't, like, been over there with the random event. This the closest I've actually been to the bridge once that bridge is down. There we go, a very nice shot towards the FV it's a 215B183, yes it is. And a little bit of spotting as well, which is always quite nice. Now this does have the 128mm, which you'd find on the Ferdinand, the Panther 2, I'm pretty sure. Of course, actually I'm not really sure if it is different penetration wise, but with a reload of 10.75, it's, it used to be more powerful years back when they buffed it massively. They did nerf it a couple of times now as well. Pretty sure it had more health at one point as well, even before all of these other kind of, stuff they could do to increase the hit points that we have 3,300 right now. And I'm pretty sure we could go slightly higher than that as well. I'm pretty sure now I'm at 3,380 maybe, with the kind of upgrades that you can get on the tank. So we bounced our first shell over there of the mouse, from the mouse. Now where did he hit? Can we see? I don't think so. Of course, in this tank you do have to worry about the lower plate and the cheeks. Those are the main weaknesses of this tank from the front. Honestly, probably one of the only weaknesses from the front, unless you have like really high penetration heat rounds. But other than that, you are going to be quite safe. Thick tracks, so they're not going to really be penetrating you at an angle over here. The side, of course, easier to pen, the rear as well, but sometimes when there's a tank behind you, it's better to kind of angle your rear like this, because your rear is still quite heavily armored and they can just bounce off the side. Yes, but moving on, we've picked up a kill. We have done 3,000 damage already, which is very nice. That BZ did hurt us quite a bit. I am looking where that hit, right through the cheek. Now, angle this tank to use the arm as well as possible. I'm just going to pause it here for a second. You basically need to, your kind of main part of the tank, you just have to kind of angle it at a 45-degree angle, because this side's still going to be fairly good and your lower plate is just going to be slightly better than before. And with the turret, it's just kind of like this. So your cheeks are actually well protected whilst not exposing too much of the side of the turret. But if someone does have high penetration heat rounds, they can still go through their cheeks even at this angle, and when you go over with the angle a little bit too much, you can start actually penning the side of the turret, which you have to watch out for. This is a really well armored tank, but it still has weaknesses. It's not overpowered like it used to be. You know, it had more DPM once, more hit points, more maybe not alpha, but had so much more before. But it's still a really good tank, and when you are playing well, you can actually do some really good things. Now, I've actually, there we go, finally destroyed the enemy mouse. And as we can see, I'm going to pause it once again. On the minimap, we just kind of have crumbled. I guess we kind of did push the western side of the map. The bridge is kind of at a standstill. The Manticore is up in the north, I guess going to get the RT or something, but there is FV 405s camping the base, so he's not going to really get too far. And our team is basically all concentrated in this kind of central part of the map, because we did lose the east. I'm not really sure how the Manticore got past, but we did lose the east, and now there's a Shakal and two BZ-75s along with the mouse that we have already killed, threatening our base. So we just need to focus in, defend the base, and then we can hope to do some other things and push the enemies back to their base. So maybe cap or kill the enemy tanks. So we have bounced 980 damage, so you know, not bad, not good. We do still have 2,000 hit points left, which is amazing. We've got hit by the BZ for 680, by the mouse for over 500, and we still have 2,000 hit points left, which is just one of the biggest highlights of this tank. You just have so much armor, so much hit points. So if your armor fails, you still have hit points to back you up, which is just very important to play well with. Now, as we can see over here, arm angling well, and you do of course have to turn your turret to shoot the enemy tanks afterwards. That is the time that, you know, they can actually use to shoot the cheeks front on, and it does actually take quite some time to swing this turret around, so you do have to really time your shots well and all of that stuff. Now we are going in on this BZ, and actually a very smart play by the BZ. Gonna pause it once again, as at this point I thought we need to go in, get this BZ, get the other BZ, get the Shakal, which is up there, because we are starting to get hit by the Błyskawica, and the Hirschkaffe is actually starting to get some shots in on our allies as well. Now this BZ, smart play. I kind of did a bad shot over there. I'm not really sure how that just damaged his tracks without doing much more, but got damaged. Now, instead of, you know, trying to go hold down on 3 tanks over there, especially the BZ-70, which does like 850 alpha or something like that, this also does quite a lot. This BZ is just going to use the main highlight of that tank, which is the rocket kind of boost, and he's just going to boost up the hill, and actually it's really effective that we aren't going to get the reload in on the guy, and he's going to run away. And you know, if I would have did that, if I would have penetrated him with the shell that I fired before, he would have been dead, and we would have had one less tank to worry about. But he is still there on 380 hit points, and we have to kind of watch out for him. Now over here, I'm not really sure what I was thinking. I'm just kind of thinking, kill him quickly and get it over and done with. Luckily for us, he had AP loaded and shot us in the tracks, probably aiming at my lower plate. But luckily the shell goes into the tracks. We managed to kill him, And now the other BZ, seeing what we are doing over here, it's kind of rotated. We've just rotated from where we were a couple minutes ago. Now the enemies are over here. And now we've taken the hill once again. The BZ has gone off. I'm pretty sure the Shakal is actually still alive. He's actually ran away. Actually hasn't been spotted since we've been up here, so I'm not really sure where he has gone. But we've managed to secure the base. Now we can kind of focus in on hoping to defeat the remaining tanks on the enemy team. Now the Manticore has gone to base, has killed the RT, but then the FV shoots down the Manticore. I'm pretty sure that the Manticore get 2 kills. Yes, I think he might have actually taken out an FV 405 as well, which is, I guess, good for him. He actually did, I guess, play well. And we are up to 5,000 damage, 2,000 damage blocked, and 1,300 assistance. As, again, as we saw, the tier 11 Hirschkaff over there shooting us with the heat, only for 550, so he isn't charging those shots up as that tank can do. Now, just missing out on shooting the Manticore over there for a second time. I'm not really sure how all of my allies down below actually didn't even shoot him once. I only shot him once and then he just ran away. But yes, okay. What can we do? It's 10 kills to 9. We are up a tank, and I think we have the better positioning on the enemy team. Now that Hirschkaff is actually in a really good spot over there. We can just barely see him. Are we going to fire? Are we going to fire? No, we're not. And that Muscovita has just taken out our Jagdpanzer E100, and that Hirschkaff is just playing absolutely beautifully. He's going out, shooting, then hiding once again as the enemy Manticore gets spotted. I'm not really sure what the Leopard is shooting. I guess the FV, we can't see him, but he is there on the map. So yes, very, very interesting stuff over here. We are equal on kills now. We are up on damage, but the enemies have way more dangerous tanks. With the Hirschkaff, you know, it's not really tier for tier better than the Gorilla 15, but it's still a decent tank. You know, the Buscavita up close does so much damage. The FV, you know, it's an FV. The Shakal is still somewhere. I'm not really sure where he just managed to, how he just managed to run away from everyone whilst we were, you know, all around. He must have, you know, slipped away and gone all the way around the kind of eastern side of the map, because I'm not really sure how else he could have actually gotten away. And, you know, the Manticore is the Manticore, very quick. And as we were going down, because I thought we need to, you know, close the distance, because we're not spotting the Hirschkaff until it's too late. And we find out where the Shakal is. The Shakal is where the Hirschkaff is. I point on the map where he is actually text, I guess, type in the chat to tell my teammates to know where he is. And I thought the Hirschkaff was going to be there as well, but he has actually moved. And that shot, he did charge up and actually did quite some damage to us, so that's not really nice. I did manage to shoot him at that time, which is nice. Up to nearly 6,000 damage and 3,000 damage done. Now this Leopard 120 is low on hit points, and I just kind of tell him to, you know, fall back. I'll help him with the Manticore, with the FV, if they can even cross. I actually have to check one day if you can actually cross when the bridge is down, because that would actually be quite useful to know in like the late game. But I guess since the Manticore is up here, I'm pretty sure it was down below before, then that probably means that you can, as we put in another shot towards the Hirschkaff over there. I'm not really sure if we would be doing better with high explosive 65mm towards him. Not really sure if he could penetrate the turret. Maybe, maybe not. That last shot just barely missing him. That would have actually been huge, because we lost the Leopard, and to, you know, take out the Hirschkaff over there, you know, would have just meant that we're still equal on kills. You know, we've taken out a very dangerous tank from the game. And at this moment, I'm there just like, okay, let's take him out. But I kind of tunnel vision over there. Very, very bad, especially when there's an FV behind you. You know, might be on 3 hit points, but that's still a fully deadly tank with a very, very deadly gun in the game. So I'm just here. I'm fully focused on the Hirschkaff over there, because I thought this guy can't escape. I can't let him out of my sights. I can't let him past this little piece of ground. I just have to focus and hope that he comes out, makes a mistake, and I get to shoot him. I keep getting spotted, and I think I was just moving slightly too far forward and getting spotted by the Shakal, but actually it might have been the Hirschkaffer, as he actually shoots me without being spotted. So he just must be using these little bushes over here to keep unspotted whilst spotting us. And just the slow turret traverse on this tank makes it so we just missed the shell on the Hirschkaffer over there. I was angling my turret to, bounce the shell over there. Really, really bad. I should have really, gone forwards towards the Hirschkaffer with the angle turret. I move out at that point. I say, the Hirschkaffer has a 15 to 20 second reload, so now's my time to, go in and actually take him out. 490 average damage, 507 hit points, close to a 50-50, maybe a 40% chance of actually killing the Hirschkaffer, and the Shakal puts in a really good heat round towards my side. So at this point, I was thinking, 2 minutes left. If we don't, take out the Hirschkaffer, move on towards the Shakal and the FV and everyone else, it's going to run out of time. I'm not really sure how the Błyskawica has literally gotten there. He must have gone all the way around. These, I guess, enemy players are very patient with the positioning, but really, really good with their positioning. As, the Shakal kind of, didn't, we just came out of nowhere. The Hirschkaffer came out of nowhere. The Błyskawica is all the way around now. Getting spotted, I'm not really sure by who. I guess he's taken out one of our teammates who was over there. I guess, who did we have here left? The Hirschkaffer or the BZ? One of those. But here's how the situation stands with 2 minutes to go. Błyskawica coming towards our base. He has enough time to go in the base and cap Oliza. A minute 40. He has a minute 59 left. So 2 minutes left. 20 seconds spare. And he's, a couple meters away from the cap. The FV is looking towards the Shakal. I'm not really sure why. He just should kind of focus in on the BZ, or, would have helped with the Błyskawica. And now our BZ-70 is fighting with the FV-405. I'm not really sure what this FV is doing, because if he just turns right, he can just take out this tank, and now that frees up 2 tanks to help me. But at this point, I thought, I need to go in forwards, take this guy out, maybe go after that guy, and then, help my team with the rest. So move out forwards. This is a really bad play towards the end. This heat round that I took from the Hirschkaffer, that was fair. I didn't expect him to be there, but I should have really avoided this one. Even if I would have gotten hit by the Shakal, I would have still had over 1,000 hit points left. Now, aiming. Very, very low roll over there. 445. The BZ takes out the VZ. The FV is still stood in place, just hoping to get the Shakal, I guess, but just really not really doing too much towards the end game over there. Finally moving towards looking at the Błyskawica, and this Hirschkaffer, I guess, knows what to do, and we are angling very well towards him. As you can see, he's right over there. So our lower plate is angled. I'm pretty sure this is a slightly weaker part as well. As you can see, we actually got a penned over there before. And, my turret is also pretty well armored. I'm not exposing too much of the side, but still keeping the cheeks angled. So this Hirschkaffer knows that he can't fire and mess this shell up, because if he does, then I'm just gonna, turn and shoot him and kill him. So I'm just doing the little dance of please shoot and miss me or bounce, and the Hirschkaffer is just looking directly into my soul and just waiting for me to, give up, feel the pressure and try and point my turret towards him and to try and kill him, and, do some stuff to actually, take him out, or at least attempt to take him out. As the Błyskawica takes out the VZ, I'm not really sure how. I guess he must be towards these kind of bushes over here. And I'm not really sure what happened, but the BZ is now on 42 hit points. I'm not really sure if the FV did that damage to him. I wasn't really actually paying attention, or if the Błyskawica has already put in a shell towards him with the Shakal as well. But at this point, it just basically looks like a loss. I'm just saying, maybe I can take out the Hirschkaffer with me. The BZ is getting outplayed by that Buscavita. That Buscavita has really played really well to out kind of position so many of us so many times in this game. And at this point I thought, you know, just not enough, too little too late. You know, we've done 3 kills, 7,000 damage, 4,000 damage blocked, 1,300 damage assistance, and I spotted the Shackle behind me, so I thought, well, might as well just go in, hopefully get the Hirschkaffer, maybe, you know, try and bounce from the back, the Shackle, maybe take him out at least, and, you know, at least get 2 more kills, a bit more damage, and, you know, at least take this loss down with a kind of winning moment. But we swing our turret around, the Hirschkaffer bounces off us, I'm not really sure, maybe from the mantlet over here, and we actually miss the shell. I was, you know, just really rushing the shell, should have really waited, but we didn't. And now I'm looking, there you go, I look towards the back and I angled my tank towards the Shackle, because I thought, well, he's probably just going to be, you know, driving, probably just auto aim or just shoot towards center of mass to hopefully take me out. I bounce him, and at this point I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll have enough time to take out the Hirschkaffer, but actually I guess he has a really good reload, because he reloaded in less than 10 seconds or something like that. I'm not really too sure what happened over there, but just really bad play by me. You know, I guess the Manticore was here as well, and the Buscavita, so I would have, like, lost anyway. But it was just so close to being such a good game. If I would have taken out this extra 1.5k, that would have given me 8,500 damage, and I think that would have been close to my damage total, which I did a couple years back in the Jagdpanzer E100. I'm pretty sure on a video on this channel. But I guess let's look at the post-game stats and let's see how sad this loss was. Okay, so here we are on the What Record Quickie Baby replay website, because What Replay sometimes just doesn't work, I guess. And here we go, really high win rate game. Doing just so much, so much. Got Duelist and the Bruiser medal along with Fire for effect. 6,940 damage with the 3 kills and 745 base experience on a loss. I guess the FV did do, actually I'm not really sure who the FV was towards the end who actually stayed alive, but one of the FVs did a very nice game as well. Doing close to 4,000. The other one, though, maybe the one that survived towards the end, I'm not really too sure, didn't really do too much. And I guess, you know, this FV, 0 damage, this K91, not really doing too much as well. RT, I guess, you know, not really the best map for RT. Jagdpanzer as well. Hirschkaffer just had a couple tanks on our team that could have done more and would have helped us, you know. FV, you know, one shot to the Buscavita, that would have been, you know, 500 left, which the K91 could have done, you know, one more splash from the object and would have taken someone else out. And on the enemy team, the Buscavita did play really well, doing 4,000 damage. The Hirschkaffer as well, I guess. The Shackle, I guess, did as well, and the Manticore, all, you know, really good high, you know, pressured plays in that round. But I hope you guys enjoyed this replay of World of Tanks. Now, I did say I am back. You know, 1 video a week I think should be very nice to go. You know, World of Tanks replays, you know, some Formula 1, some Assetto Corsa. I want to finish Lego Star Wars as well. So all that to come. Hope you guys enjoyed, and bye-bye.